and win the title. I don't have to think too heavy, I can remember.
Hope you brought your wetsuit and your flippers. We're underwater at the Atlantis. Alongside me is Johnny. It's Roll. This bout, all the talking has been. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Those counter punches have to hurt. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Perfect counter shot. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Nice counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecard. And there's the bell for round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
You're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
A straight right just misses. Men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Just to be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Nice counter shot. That left hook doesn't find its target. He got out of the way of that right hook. Beautiful counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
The bell, sometimes it can be.
And there's the bell for round three. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You'd like to see more jabs. Beautiful counter punch. Good counter punch. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that? Nice counter. Failing to score with that right hook. Catch and shoot. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punching. That punch is beginning to take its toll. Block that right hook. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think...
There's the bell for round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Taj, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. And
hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. How did they not go down?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's when the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that.
On to the 5th we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The perfect counter lands. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
That counter punch caught him clean. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Punch, counter punch. There's a counter shot. Roy Jones Jr., believe it or not, may want to take a knee here. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. There's the bell to start round 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well done with that counter shot. Swing and a miss with the right hook. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Both want the knockout. How about that time counter shot? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Has to be careful for that risk. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Down big time on the scores.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
And there's the bell for round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be